Good morning, everybody. It's 10 o'clock. I don't know where you are, but I know where I am, and I'm going to get a little closer. I am with the one and only Sharifah Hardie. So this gal right here, oh, yes, thank you. This gal right here is one of my favorite people on the planet. I love you.
I love you too.
And she's a phenomenal intuitive healer, but she's probably most known for being a powerhouse business coach. So
yes.
You've done that like 25 years or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So today is all about Sharifah. I love this woman, and I can't wait to share her with you because she's amazing. So she's my main inspiration for doing these daily videos. So yeah, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be on here every day.
But you did the work, Sandy. That's the most important thing. Because a lot of times people come to me and they ask me, Sharifah, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And I can give you the whole blueprint. I can break it down to you point by point. And it's just like a doctor can give you a prescription, but it's up to you to take the medicine.
Yep.
So it's the same thing. I can tell you how to do it, but not too often people don't actually do the work. So I want to commend you for actually doing the work.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, my high school friend Tiffany Hughes is on here. Hey, Tiffany. I'll see you at the reunion.
I won't be at the reunion, but hey.
Yeah, I'll be there. I hope you'll be there. All right, so tell us how you got started. Or where do you want to start?
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, how I got started initially was in 1994. That's when I built my first website. And everyone kept telling me I was literally crazy because back in 1994, no one had a website. No one worked from home. Working from home was the most outlandish, crazy idea anyone could have. Mm-hmm. But now in 2018, there are,
We're a little tiny bit.
Okay, so we have to go over here. But in 2018, there are millions of people who work from home.
I work from home.
Yeah. See, but in 1994, they would say, Sandy, you're lazy, go out, get a job. This whole work from home thing is unheard of. You're crazy. And that's what happened. And so if I would have not listened to those people in 1994, I feel like I would have been a lot further along in my career. But the thing is, because of so many job experiences and work experience and layoffs, and just all the wonderful companies that I worked for, I gained a lot of experience. So now when people look at my resume, they go, wow, Sharifah, you have a resume like an engineer. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. And I'm like, yes, because of all the different jobs that I've had along the way.
Mm-hmm. So what do you specialize in now? Like, how do you like to spend your time now?
Making money.
Making money.
Making money. Good morning. Yes. Yeah. That's my specialty right now. I'm at a phase in my life where I've done a lot. I've built a lot. I've been a part of a lot of different companies. So the people that I work with right now are people who are interested in making money, and not just a little bit of money, not little drops of money, but unheard of gobs of money. That's what people say they do though, Sandy. That's the thing. Everyone says that they want to make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, are they willing to do the work? See, it always comes back to doing the work. Doing the work is not easy. It takes a lot of sacrifice to be an entrepreneur. It's easier, believe it or not, to go into a job and work for somebody for 8 hours than it is to work for yourself 24 hours, 7 days a week. My phone is constantly ringing. And I say that with all humbleness.
Turn this around, you can't see me.
Yes, we got you over there. Hey, guys. It takes a lot of work to do it. You can't say I'm off. My phone rings all day, every day. But I'm grateful. I'm humble because there were years where I'm like, well, won't somebody call me? Nobody's not gonna call me. I was there. So I'm just grateful to be here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I want to welcome some of our folks that have jumped on. We've got Ethan, another high school friend of mine.
This high school
Sarah. I know. My high school friends are watching. So his wife is Sarah, one of my high school buddies. Amelia's watching.
Hi, Amelia.
I think you've met Amelia, and we've got Tanya, and we've got Karen.
Hi, Tanya.
So that's pretty fun. All right.
Okay, so we gotta say hi to some people over here. So we want to say hi to Shelly Boothby. Shelly was my supervisor at American Express, or the manager at American Express. I love Shelly. She's wonderful. Tanya's over here. Tanya's over there. So
Tanya's everywhere.
Tanya gets 2 credits. Tanya from high school. Karen, Karen definitely. and Travis Spencer, Cynthia, my cousin Cynthia, and one of my friends, Joyce.
Nice.
So they all joined. Good morning, everyone.
People just everywhere watching. I love this.
Yes.
All right. So yesterday we spent some time together, and it's pretty funny. Unfortunately, we spent all of our time talking about doTERRA. We didn't get to talk about you, so I was missing my juice.
I know.
Girl.
I know.
I needed.
That's why we're here today.
So what people don't know is after the call, we were able to spend a few hours together, and here's how she works. So when you're in her energy, whatever needs to arise will arise. And so I jumped off the call, and then all of a sudden I started boo-hooing about something going on at home, and you just went, whew, and you just brought spirit right in, and you brought in your tools, you brought in all the other aspects. And I think what's so fascinating for me is, like, as a business coach.
Good morning, Antonio. Sorry. I
think you get it, that it takes all of those different facets of life to succeed. Not so as a business coach, I think that's kind of misleading, right? Because you have to have everything in alignment. So we've got Amelia on here. I did a session with Amelia yesterday too, and Amelia, I just want to wink at you and let you know that you and Sharifah were on the same sheet of music, helping me. So thank you. And it was just beautiful. So as a business coach, what does a typical session look like for you? Like, I know what it's like for me working with you, but how would you describe what it's like to work with you?
Well, I can probably describe better what it's like to the other person to work for me. 99% of the people that I work with are referrals. When they come to me, they usually say, I don't know what you do. I have absolutely no idea what you do, but Sandy said, I need to talk to you. So the first thing that I have to figure out is what is their issue. And I try to do that. Actually, I do that without really asking them. Because if you ask someone what their problem is, they usually don't know. They don't have a clear idea. They know they feeling this, they know they feeling that, but it takes time to really get to the truth of what is going on with them, just like we did with you yesterday. Because when we were working with you, you were like, it's this. Well, wait a minute, it's this. But what was happening is that all these feelings, all these emotions, all these thoughts were coming out. And so it was a lot of different things all at once, which is why you were feeling overwhelmed. So what I like to do is to honestly disregard what they say the problem is and go based on 25 years of business consulting experience and 42 years of life experience, and after 2 divorces, raising 2 children, being laid off about 8 times now, quitting different jobs, I can look at a situation, and usually what happens is I have like a deja vu moment. And so whether it's business or spiritual, I tap into, okay, wait a minute. That reminds me of when I was at Affinity Internet Hosting. This was what was going on in that. And so I kind of look at that situation, compare that situation in this present day situation, and I look at the solution. What was the solution? What did we do? How did we fix this situation? How did we resolve this situation? And I try to use the same process in this situation to resolve it. The other thing that I think you're tapping into that I what I'm hearing that you may not have said is sometimes people come to me, especially in terms of relationships, and they say, Sharifah, I want you to help me. I need to find a man. And so when I'm working with them and I'm talking to them, I look at everything that's going on in their life and I say, well, you know what? But you need is a job, okay? You need a job. You need a job. That's on both screens, everybody, because as the old folks would say, romance without finance is a nuisance. So sometimes what people think that they want is to feel better or to have all of their problems go away. So they feel as if this mystical man or this mystical relationship that they have, if they could just have that relationship, all would be well, their life would be beautiful, and everything would be fixed. And it's like, no, baby girl, you have to do the work. So I may say that about 8 times during the show, but everything comes back down to doing the work. People who are successful, they have done the work. You may want a sugar daddy or somebody, a husband to just come in and take care of all your problems. But no, you have to do the work. So if any aspect of your life is imbalanced or not imbalanced, what's going to happen is going to throw everything off. So if your finances are off, guess what? your other relationships are going to be off. If your relationships are off, everything else, your finances, everything is going to be off.
Well, that's a relationship though, right? With
yes,
money?
it is.
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
a relationship.
Right. So then you start looking at, and one of the things that I ask myself is what are some of the blockages that this person has? Because when I look at everything, it basically, whether it's business consultant, being a spiritual advisor, being an intuitive reader, it all comes down to the same thing. This person has a blockage. So what I have to do is I have to go in and I have to find the blockage. So if you're a business owner and you say, you know what, my business right now, I've earned maybe $50,000 from my business, but I want this business to generate $250,000. There's a blockage. That means the flow is small. It has to be expanded so that type of wealth or that type of money can flow through. And then once you expand it to 250,000, guess what? You can take it to $1 million. You can take it to $250 million because it's the same thing. Money is money is money. It's the same thing. It's the same vibration. Whether you have little bits of money or whether you have a lot of money, it's the same vibration. So you can choose the level of vibration that you want to vibrate on. So if you look at your bank account, that's the key to all of this. Don't do reports. That's why I tell people about marketing. I don't do like a lot of marketing reports. A lot of people marketers send like their clients and different things. Oh, well, we're going to send you this report. We're going to send you this report. We're going to send you all of that report. Look at your bank account. That's what I do. How many sales are you receiving? How many orders are you receiving? How many clients do you have? That's the representation of whether that marketing is working or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said what I do is help people raise money. The last company that I worked for, we raised millions of dollars. And that's simply through marketing. It's simply through marketing.
So do you have any basic tips that would apply for anybody?
Yes.
Let's hear.
Yes. So I'm going to give you a basic tip. If you're a business owner, I think one of the most important things that business owners forget is the call to action.
Yes.
The call to action. Because what happens is we build these websites and they're so beautiful and they're so wonderful and they got flowery little pictures. And if you click this button, the little doodad lights up. But when you go to the website, where does it say order now, buy now, click here, get this book? You have to tell people what you want them to do. And if you can't tell them what you want them to do, that's a blockage.
Yep. Well, now I have to go look at my website.
Yes, and that's what I do with people. I look at their websites, I look at their presence, by presence, I mean social media, everything that they do, and I kind of look at the message that they're receiving. So I also do 2 radio shows, right? I do a radio show at 8 a.m. and I do a radio show at 9 p.m. And so the 8 a.m. show, Ask Sharifah AMA, I give business owners 1 hour to come on and talk about their business. So business owners always say, okay, well, can we meet? Can we talk prior to the interview? And I always tell them I approach their business the same way a consumer would. The consumer doesn't have any background history. They can't ask these questions. They don't talk to you prior to buying about their product. So what I want to do is have that business owner as a guest, and then whatever I see, whatever question comes to mind, that's the question that I ask. Because it's easier for me that way to be authentic. And I always like to be authentic with my guests and with my viewers.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about the night show. So the morning show is 8 a.m.
Yes.
So it's a lot of, is it mainly holistic people? That's what I've been hearing lately.
Yes.
Yeah, mainly holistic.
Yes. It's mainly holistic people, but I believe that's because the majority of the people who are around me are holistic. It's not just open to, if you're not holistic, you can't come on. No, my main requirement is you have to have a website. Because if you don't have a website, to me, and again, this is just the world according to me, then you're not actually in business. And so again, when I speak to people, one of the things that I cover in the first question I ask is, are you operating a business or are you operating a hustle? A business and a hustle are 2 different things. It's like trying to sell a product from the store as opposed to selling that same product from the trunk of your car. Those are 2 different mindsets. And I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to be clear on what you want to do. So if you want to operate a business, create your website, create your collateral, create your social media presence, you're in business. Go out, get your license. Go out, do your, create your bank account, business cards, be in business. If you just want a Twitter account and to talk about your business, to me, in this world, that's a hustle. And I can work with you, but I'm just clear on what you're focused on. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah. And tell us about the nightly show you do at 9 p.m.
The 9 p.m. show is a little different. Mainly, it's not because it's not holistic. Don't get me wrong. We don't say crazy stuff too often. But the difference is the morning show is an interview show. And so it's me allowing you as the guest or any guest the opportunity to come on and to talk about your business. It would be kind of rude of me to kind of, give you my opinion on your business. Why did you do that? Nobody does that. Nobody wants that. So I'm giving you that respect. On the 9 p.m. show, on the Breakdown Radio show, it's a topic-oriented show. So it's just my partner, Marvin Showtime Williams, and I, and whatever the topic is of the day, we will discuss that topic. Whatever's trending in the news, whatever's going on in the news, that's what we discuss. And sometimes it can be, kind of interesting because on the 8 a.m. show, even though we get quite a few listeners, we don't always have people who press 1. See, that's the magic for me. I'm like, please press 1. Call in 563-999-3603 and press 1. But what happens is people just want to listen. They want to learn. It's a respect thing. It would be disrespectful to interrupt the guest. But on the 9 p.m., it's like 9:01 and the people are pressing 1 and I got everybody joining. I'm like, okay, well, I wanted to give my viewpoint, but okay, go ahead, discuss, your thoughts first.
It's pretty fun.
Yes.
So we've got a few more people watching. Hi, Nicole.
Hi,
She's
Nicole.
here in Orange County, and Tish is up in Washington.
Hi, Tish.
Fun. Glad you guys jumped on.
Hi, Adia. Lolo was here on my birthday. Thank you, girl. Come by because we got to talk.
I love you.
Sorry.
Let's talk more about the call to action. What are
Okay.
some flavors of call to action that you've seen that are successful, and which ones fall flat? I'm putting you on the spot there.
No, it's not, because I think what happens is, to answer your question, there really is, it doesn't, people get caught up on the specific words that you have to use. It's not about the words that you have to use, it's the direction that you give people. So where they go wrong is, say they have a call to action on the homepage and it says, buy our products, right? Whatever it is, buy doTERRA oils, right? But on that page, there's no shopping cart. There's no place for them to actually order it. So maybe 5 pages in on the inner pages, there's actually a link to put it into the shopping cart. And people are not going to do that. They're not going to do all that work. Give them a call to action, whatever it is, and make the shopping cart right there so they can make a purchase. I mean, because what people have to understand is that online shopping is different from offline shopping. It is. It's completely different. And the reason it's different is because when you go offline, let me give you an example. If you want to go to Target and you want to buy some black shoes, usually when you go into Target and you didn't find the black shoes that you want, you will buy something. You'll find some Easter egg candy, you'll find some brushes, whatever it is, but you're not going to walk out of Target empty-handed. If any listener wants to comment and let me know if I'm wrong, or Sandy, do you agree or disagree with that statement?
You were in Target with me yesterday and we didn't find what
we wanted, but we found some other things. And that's the whole point. Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Because I'm there.
Yes, it's 2 reasons. You're there, but there are a lot of people who work for those departments who strategically lay things out so that things catch your attention. So because you're walking by it, you're going to grab something. The other thing is because you used your time, your energy, your gas money, and you went all the way to the store. So why would you waste your energy? So it's almost like a personal thing, like I'm going to get something. They didn't just waste my time, that kind of thing. So when you're shopping online, they call it what? What do they call shopping online or buying online or spending time online? Surfing the net, right? When we're online, we're surfing the net. We don't go online to buy. We don't go on social media to buy. We go on these things to have fun, to socialize, to play. People buy online, people buy on social media, but we don't go on them to buy. Now, maybe we go on the search engines and we go on a particular site, but it's not costing us any effort. Most likely we're in our pajamas, we're chilling at home. I can do 2 clicks and I got whatever I want. And so because it doesn't take me more energy to shop around online, guess what? Now I don't just want black shoes. I want the cheapest black shoes on the internet. I want a second pair of black shoes free the next time I buy. I want a discount coupon for all my friends so that they can get a discount the next time they buy. I want free shipping. And I want my product tomorrow. Why? Because if you don't give me everything that I want, I'm just going to click over to the next site and they're going to give it to me. And it's not giving me, it's not costing me any more energy to just click and click and click and click. Where how much energy does it take to drive around from store to store to store? At some point you say, forget it, put it in the bag and let's go. Or is that, am I alone on this?
Oh, I think you're right.
That's
I'm turn this a little bit.
Okay.
We've got Brandy. She's on your upline.
Hi, Brandy on the upline. We got Emily over here. We got one of my friends from childhood, Tashika. I was talking to Tashika about her business, which is catering. I'm trying to get her to talk to me and let me know she's back in LA because she left LA, but I keep seeing these catering posts in LA. So Tashika, hey, good morning. Hit a sister up. Okay, back to you.
So how do you help folks shift gears from the hustle to building a business? And I see a lot of people in what I do that are participating at the hobby level. So how do you turn them around if they want to turn
right? I think they have to want to turn around. So what I do more than anything else is first of all, usually they don't know they're operating a hustle. They don't. Like, this is the most amazing thing to me. They don't realize this is a hustle. So once I enlighten them and make them aware that they are actually hustling, then they're like, okay, what do I need to do? And then I say, do this, do this, do this, do this, and this, and then come back to me. And then they always like, what are the next steps? No, let's do the first steps. Let's do this and this and this and this, and then come back to me. And then people like yourself, you come back to me and you say, Sharifah, I did it. Now what? And then I look at the checklist and I say, okay, Sandy did that. Sandy did that. Yes, she did that. Okay, let's go to the next steps, because I'm not going to give them the whole blueprint and they're not able to do the basic steps. The other thing is, if I hand them the whole blueprint, then they could take that blueprint and go anywhere with it. They may start their own market business because now I've given them the blueprint. So I give it to them a little bit at a time. Does it make sense?
Yeah. So what does it look like to work with you? How often do you meet with clients?
Now that is an interesting question.
I have a few people that I would love to have.
You just stumped me right there.
Stump you?
Yeah, but the reason is because, and this is probably one of those, I'm glad y'all recording because y'all gonna get me on this later. It's like, I really only like to work for people for that 1 hour, because to me, I'm giving you basic steps. Do this, 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 and this. In this hour, this is the problem that we solve. So if they come back to me, it has to be a continued process, but I don't want to be the kind of person, aside from, a friend, but I don't want to have to work with them on the same problem day in and day out.
You're not a therapist.
No, I'm not. I'm not a therapist. I think that's the key. Hey, Condi! That's my girl, Condi. Condi was here too on Saturday. We was making some magic happen. I'm sorry.
Awesome. What else? What else do you do? You're also an intuitive. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes.
How you roll all that in together?
Well, yes, but the thing about it is I really just labeled it, being an intuitive. I've been doing things intuitively for years, as a business consultant. To me, it's just really tapping into what I think that person needs, what I feel that they need for their business. And again, it goes back to that emotion of, where have I seen this before? In what situation have I seen this before? And so once I have ascertained the situation, then I can use any ability. Because this intuition, it's our sixth sense, right? So I'm using all my other senses, and then I just throw in that gut feeling that says, okay, well, Sandy, look, I think your looks, your personality, your charisma, if you do some kind of show, people will love you. But that's just my intuition. I can't say based on, this graph and this strategic plan that you're going to be a success. But based on what I feel about you intuitively, this is what I see you doing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I know yesterday in our time together, your prescription was more meditating. Mm-hmm. And
yes.
So I don't know if Brandy,
great question.
I don't know if Brandy's still on there, but Brandy's mentoring is basically meditate and manifest stuff, And so we talked a little bit about being a manifester in the business world. Can you talk about that a little bit from your perspective?
For me, I always tell people I have a lot of different talents, but I was born with two gifts. The gift of gab, because I can talk all day, okay? But also the gift of manifestation. And it's really only been probably the last 2 or 3 years where I, again, gave it that title, the gift of manifestation. It's just the things, I've always been a manifester. I've always been able to manifest. And in business, the way that comes across is I get results. I'm able to get clients. I'm able to get leads. I'm able to get new customers. I'm able to raise millions of dollars because I'm clear on what I want to do. So I don't just look at it as manifestation. Anytime I'm working with a client, anytime I'm doing the marketing for a client, the first thing I look at is their collateral. Where's your collateral? Where is the marketing collateral? So if you want to manifest something, right, how are you going to be able to receive it? That's just like a brick and mortar store having all kinds of products but no cash register, right? How are you going to manifest it? How are you going to make money if you don't have the cash register? So in manifestation, you just look at, okay, this is the product, this is the service, this is the cost. Now I create the collateral, the collateral being the website, the social media that goes out and allows people to say, hey, buy this, get this. And guess what? If you're going out, because it goes back to the basic scripture, which is what? Ask, ye shall receive. Knock, and the door shall open. Most people don't ask. That's the biggest problem. Are you asking for the sale? Are you asking for the customers? We have Lucinda. I love Lucinda. She's wonderful, her and Janice, but they're in Body Studios in Anaheim. They have a new membership, which is wonderful. It has all these different packages, all these different things. You're in there.
I was number 2.
Number 2, you're doing a session. Okay, but if Lucinda and Janice in Body Studios doesn't tell anybody about their membership, how are they going to manifest it? Manifestation is just a word that means how you going to get the money.
Yep. So right now, Lucinda, that's when you add the link on how to become a member.
Exactly. There you go. You got to ask for it. And then you have to present a way. So that the link is the way for the people. That's the call to action for the people to go in. What's so happening is, especially because I talk to a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, is like, we love everyone. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, Sandy. But we forget that we're in business to make money. And I learned that from one of the companies that I worked for, which was American Express. I worked for American Express, and it's part of their training. Okay, when you start at American Express, they give you an 8-week. If you have experience, they give you an 8-week class. If you don't have experience, they give you a 12-week class. But no matter what, day one, they tell you, we are a for-profit corporation. We are here to make money, but spiritual people, we so focused on saving the world. Let me save the world. Let me help everyone. Let me help you. Let me be, let me love you. And I'm not saying that's wrong at all. And I'm not judging people, but you are in business to make money. So while you're hugging everyone and loving everyone, you got to tell them who you are and what you do. It's not unloving to say, go to sandychasteen.com. Ain't that right, Tanya? Go to sandychasteen.com and let the people love you. Let the people give to you, because that's why you're in business. And then not only that, I was doing a radio interview on Sharifah AMA with one of my friends that I love, and I definitely have to give a shout out to, but Shaman Isabella. And I was doing this radio interview with Isabella, and we started discussing finances. And I was like, you know what? I'm raising all this money and I'm making all this money and I'm getting millions of dollars for people. And I just want to go buy me an island in the Maldives. And so Isabella said, well, let's just think about that. Let's look at what kind of good you can do with that money. She said, let's think about all the organic farms that you can create to feed people. Let's think about all the jobs you can create to create incomes for people. And she's going on and on and on about all the good I can do with this money. And the more good she's doing, the worse I felt, because
Get an island of
right. And I wanted to be away from the people. But after that interview, and that really where I had to look at myself and my choices and my decisions, and I said, you know what? I need the money to do good for the people. And so now that's really my focus.
Let's talk about some common blocks that people have. I know I had a block. Had, past tense.
Yes.
On receiving.
Oh, look at that. Look at that right there.
My website.
SandyChasteen.com. Miracles do happen. They occur every day. You ask, you shall receive.
That's right. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
So had, past tense.
Right.
A block in receiving and allowing. Is that pretty common? You see that a lot? Or just in me?
But, well, what I see that's common is that you have self-diagnosed what happened. Because you said your blockage was in receiving, but your blockage wasn't in receiving. Your blockage was in giving in this situation. In that situation, because you could give so much more of yourself, but you didn't, because you said, how will I be perceived if I give? Right? So sometimes you just have to make sure it's a flow. It's a flow. Everything has to be a constant flow. You can't have more giving than receiving. You can't have more receiving than giving. And you have to give and receive, give and receive. Everything in life has a flow and an ebb, flow and ebb. If it's not flowing, it's stuck. So then I go in and say, what is the blockage? Why isn't it flowing? And that's what I do with people, is I help them to find the blockage. But to answer your question, your original question is, what are some of the common blockages? There's only one blockage. I don't care, again, I'm very controversial sometimes because people don't always agree with what I say, but primarily there's really only one blockage. And that blockage is fear. It's fear of a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, it's still fear. The fear of how I'll be perceived, the fear of if I step out on faith, I'll be homeless, the fear that if I decide to be great, nobody will like me, the fear that if I tell people and I talk too much about my business, all my friends will hate me. Those are fears that we have put in our minds. And so what I like to tell people is, I like to keep it simple, basic. I'm a simple country girl from Columbus, Ohio. Keep it simple. That's the only thing that I can understand. But I tell people, everyone is not going to like you anyway. No matter what you do, everyone is not going to like you. I got a whole lot of people who don't like me, but when I get to wherever it is that I'm going, those are the people that are going to turn on the television and they're going to say, is that Sharifah? That's Sharifah. And that's all they're going to be able to say, because they're not going to have my number. They're not going to be able to call me. But you have to be able to stand up and shine your light. You know why? Because your light, Sandy, that's shining so beautiful and your aura is so beautiful, your light is not for you. Your light is for all of those people watching. The people who tune into the video, you're receiving your light. They're receiving your light. So everything I do when I work for people and I shine my light and I be this big, personality, is so that when people come to me and they say, Sharifah, I really want to be successful, but I can't because I'm a single mom. And I'm like, try that on somebody else, okay? When they come to me and they say, Sharifah, I can't be successful because I got a day job and I can't do anything but work. And again, everything they say, see me, I'm more like the general. That, man, get away from me with all that mammy stuff. Like, that's me. I'm the general because it's an excuse. I don't care what anyone says. It is an excuse. And you can take that check, sign that check, and take it all the way to the bank because it's an excuse. Like I tell my kids all the time, where there's a will, there's a way. If you have the will to do anything, there's a way to do it, especially if it's been done before. If there are millions of people who have started their own business, why can't you start your own business? If there are millions of people who have raised millions of dollars online, why can't you raise millions of dollars? If there are millions of people who have their own talk show like Ask Sandy, why can't you have a successful, profitable show called Ask Sandy? Show me something that hasn't been done before, and I'll show you something that might take a little bit more work. But whatever you want to do, it's already been done before. So what you need to do is go back to that blueprint, that strategy. Don't reinvent the wheel, and just use the plan that they use to do whatever it is that you want to do. But if you're telling me, oh, I can't quit my day job because if I do, then I'll lose my health benefits. Oh, I understand, but that's a choice. That's a decision. You chose to stay in your current situation because of this reason. And I'm not judging you, right, wrong, or indifferent. But what I'm saying is you are making the choice not to do X, Y, Z. Don't say it can't be done, because you have the will. There's a way to do it.
Yep. So I think the bottom line is...
Lucinda said, Google it. Hey, Lucinda. Oh, sorry, I said
music.
We don't even have music. That's right.
So at the end of the day, it's get over the fear and get back into the space of love.
That too?
Not fear.
Yes. But then you got to do the work.
You got to do the work.
Right. See, being in a space of love is wonderful. It's what people always ask. Oh, the law of attraction, the law of attraction, the law of attraction. I'm not knocking the law of attraction, but I've been in sales. When I was working at American Express, I was a trainer, right? But I started at American Express as a call center agent. I was in the call center. Their agents were making $150,000 a month. A month. Right, as far as sales quota, they were generating 150,000 in sales a month. Their top agents were doing 300 to 350,000 a month. I was doing $500,000 a month in sales. They said, Sharifah, we're gonna put you in training. I was like, I don't really want to go to training, but they said you have to teach people to do what you do. And I said, well, I don't necessarily do it by the book. It's like, we don't care how you do it. Just get the people to do what you do. And I do it based on the law of averages. The law of averages says if you talk to 100 people, somebody is going to say yes. If you talk to 5 people, the likelihood of somebody saying yes is far less than if you talk to 100 people. So whenever I started working with people in training, the first thing, it's not their skill set or their abilities. The first thing I try to figure out is is this what they want to do? Yeah. Do they have the will to do it? That's the first thing. In any job I need to figure out. In any business, is this really what you want to do? You had me talk to one of your friends, and I came back and I said, Sandy, I don't know where she's going to go from here, but I figured out why she doesn't want to do this. You have to get to the why. Why do they want to do it? And so once I figure out, yes, this is what they want to do, I look at how many calls they're taking. If you're here for 8 hours a day, and in 8 hours you're taking 5 calls, this is not what you want to do. You don't want to make the money. But if you say, you know what, like Lucinda says, it's a numbers game. You have to have the numbers. You have to hit the numbers. So you want to talk to 100 people. You want to talk to 150 people because most people, some people are going to say no, or they're not going to be interested in it. And I used to always tell people, one yes is worth 1,000,000 no's. To me, I don't care. I'm not sensitive. You can't hurt my feelings. If you hang on me good, you just save me some time. But I'm going for that one yes, because that one yes is worth 1,000,000 no's. To me.
So how do you help people get over the shift out of the fear of picking up that phone?
But see,
they have to want it.
No, it is not only they having to want it, but I'm not the kind of person. See, you're more of a like, how do you help them shift?
Yep.
And I don't really necessarily help them shift. What I do is I help them realize that they need to shift. If you don't shift here and here and here and here, then guess what? You're going to stay making the same amount of money. But if you do these things, I guarantee you're going to make more money. You're going to make money. You're going to be like, oh, wow, that works. But I always tell people, I can give a man knowledge. I can't make him think. So if I give it to him, it's up to him to make the shift. I just give them the knowledge and enlightenment to say, guess what? You need to shift. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What questions do we have? Got over move through the no. Yep. Allowing yourself not to take it personally. I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. They take it as a personal affront if somebody says no. And we always, in the job that I'm in, we always say, go for the no. Go for it. Try to get as many no's as you possibly can. See how that feels. Toughen up a little bit so that you get to the yes.
Yes. But not only that, but when you go for all of the no's, see what happens. This is what happens. People are so afraid of getting rejected that they hem and they haw and they go, I don't know if, you know, you might want this, but I don't know if, are you really going to use this if I give it to you? Because you know what, you don't look like you really want it. So you know what, I'm just gonna put it right there. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. Okay. So what happens is they just talk themselves out of the sale, and they didn't even ask for the sale.
Yep.
You know, I remember one time when I was at work, I had a supervisor who told me, he said, Sharifah, and again, this my abilities coming out. He said, you handle a call like a psychic. I said, a what? He said, you do your calls like a psychic. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. So he said, come here, listen to this call. So I listened to the call, and on the call, the person, I was just telling them, because, you know, we made travel reservations. I said, okay, well, you want to leave at 11 o'clock. You want the Hertz in a car in a larger size. You want the 9 a.m. flight. We're going to put you in an aisle seat, and you're going to stay at the Sheraton. So he was like, you just knew what they wanted. And I had to laugh because I was like, it's not that I knew what they wanted. I don't care what they want. You know what I mean? I do to a certain extent, but I'm the professional. I'm here to help you book your trip and to give you the best price and the best service. And a lot of the people that I work with, they weren't even on the phone when I was really good at making reservations for people's ideal trips without them even being on the phone. I just get all the information and then I book it for them. But my whole thing is, I guess to a certain extent, is that I have to keep moving forward. You know, if I sit there and like, oh, let me think about it. Let me think about, you know, what you might want to do. Are you sure you want the 9 a.m.? People will tell you if they have a problem or if they object, but I have everything in front of me in the system. So I'm going to give them what I believe that they need. So whether that comes to me intuitively or psychically or whatever, it's up to me to give them what I think is best.
Yes. Yeah. And that directly lies in our world.
Yes.
So Sarah.
Yes.
Because people don't know what they should get.
Exactly.
It's our job to educate them.
Exactly.
And point them towards the solutions.
Exactly. But don't be afraid to ask. You know, that's the thing. Like for me, if I believed and I really felt like you needed balance, because Sandy and I used some balance so that before the show, I keep forgetting. Sandy and I use some balance, the essential oil balance, which is available at AskSharifah.com, But we use the oil. So it's a whole different approach. You know, I'm more like, okay, let me see your hand. Okay, we're going to put, where's my little thing?
Two come out. There we go.
Okay, so we're going to put two. Okay, rub it together. Okay, then you want to breathe it in. Are you going to breathe it in? Okay, so put your hand up. Okay, you're going to take that one, right? Okay, good. See, just made the sale. She's buying balance. Why? Because she didn't even have a choice. What does balance provide? That's what Lucinda says. Balance provides. Balance, Lucinda. No test question. That's why I have to ask Sandy.
People can really see us.
Yes. Hey, Eugene. Okay, I missed some people. Lacey Weston. I love Lacey Weston. Lacey Weston has his own gym, but he does Transformation by Lacey Weston. If you visit, I have a new website, a new business. I want to make the announcement, but I just launched my own TV network that I'm really excited about. I have my own TV network, so check it out. It's at xroadstv.com, xroadstv.com, but it's Crossroads TV.com. And Lacey Weston, his show is on Crossroads TV. And so we have Floor. Floor joined us. I missed some people. Eugene, thank you for coming in, my graphic designer. And I forgot where he is. I don't know, Kalpanic. I forgot where you were. I'm sorry, but he's not in America.
Tanya. Oh, there we go, Lucinda.
Lucinda is on Crossroads TV as well. Not just Lucinda and Janice and Body Studios. So visit the Crossroads website, xroadstv.com, and check out hashtag where Woo Woo Meets Wellness, and you can see all of Lucinda and Janice's videos, but you also want to check it out because you can see Ask Sandy videos. So this video, we need assistance. So if anybody knows some people who have some help, we're trying to get all these videos up on the website. Hey, where are you from? Company, where are you from? I forgot to ask that. But if you visit the website and you check out all of the different categories, what I'm doing is I am actively looking for original content. So if you have a new show, if you have an idea for a show, you definitely want to reach out to me, give me a call, 562-822-0965. Again, number is 562-822-0965.
Can we write that down?
Yes, Tanya has it. She'll get it. Lacey said, you go, Sharifah. Yes, we doing it together, Lacey. I promised you this 5 years ago. So this year, 2018, we are making it happen together right now. But we're looking for new content. Original. Yes, I love me some Lucinda. Original content.
So what's the call to action?
The network. The call to action is for everyone to visit the website and for you to give me a call. If you have a YouTube channel, send me your YouTube channel and we'll definitely talk. But we have relationships. We have relationships with Sony, with Fox, with Lionsgate, with Bounce, with a lot of the major television networks. So if you have a show and you want somebody who can walk your show into the networks, ask your girl Sharifah. Ask Sharifah.
Ask Sharifah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes.
So I have fun chatting with everybody and learning. I always learn so much, and you are just amazing. I love you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm really proud of you creating your own network.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So I know I have lots of, I'm a holistic health coach. I have lots of collaborators out there that would probably be very interested in being on your network.
I would love to speak to them. 562-822-0. Go Tanya. Go Tanya. 562-822-0965.
And we really do need an assistant. There's 3 or 4 of us.
Yes.
We could collectively join forces to hire somebody.
Yes, because I need someone. Anybody who has an idea on an assistant, somebody who wants to be a part of what we're doing, this growing network, because it's a wonderful team. It's a team of people who work together cohesively to make things happen. And everybody, as part of the team, is actively, making things happen in their own world.
Yep. And you just do it one step at a time.
But you got to do the work.
You got to do the work.
Do the work. You got to do the hand
Nobody's going to hand you anything. You got to do the hand movement.
Got to do the work.
Oh,
right.
Is that the hand movement?
Yeah, you got to do the work.
All right. I'm ready to do the work.
You're doing the work.
I am doing the work.
As said, it's at 10 o'clock, so you're doing the work. That's what matters. So you do the work, and then you manifest. Yay, Lucinda has someone. Anyone you have.
So Lisa Curian, she's another high school friend. What's up with all my Largo peeps? This is fun. So all these people in Florida are watching.
Well, that's a good thing.
They know I'm coming home for the reunion. That's what it is.
Tanya says she has got to go close the sale. She's got to go close the sale.
Go close the sale, Tanya.
That's right. Close the sale. That's right.
All right. Any parting thoughts?
Yes.
World of Business 101.
Yes. I think my parting thoughts are just really be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. Be true to yourself, and know that whatever talent you have, that was the gift that God gave you so that you can sustain yourself on earth. That's why God gave it to you. So by sustaining yourself, do not forget, the things that we need in this world, which means that you have to pay the bills, the rent, the mortgage. You have to take care of your car. You have to take care of your children, your family, and those things have costs and expenses. So go out, share your message, create your call to action. There's so many business owners and friends and people that I know on social media who I know that they're business owners, but I never see them speak or discuss their business on social media. How are people going to know you have a business? How are people going to give to you if they don't know you have a business? So I just want people to stand in their own truth, stand in their own light. Don't be afraid to tell the world whatever your gift is, because not everyone loves apples. Not everyone loves oranges. Not everyone is going to love you or like you no matter what you do. So just be you. And guess what? The people who mind don't matter.
Right there.
Yes. So I have the whole sign. Be who you are. Say what you feel. Because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
That's right. I love it. I had something I was going to say. Now I forgot.
It's gone.
What was it? Oh, I know. So at doTERRA Leadership last week, we did the whole Gallup Strength Finder thing. And so that's like the big theme.
Okay.
And so I'm totally down with identifying your strength. Have you seen the latest Jumanji movie?
No, I haven't.
It's a whole video game format, but they totally focused on the strengths, and they had to focus on the team's strengths to survive. And they all had strengths and a quirky little weakness. And I was laughing because that's been the whole theme for the last 2 weeks. Is focus on your strengths. Don't worry about what you're not good at. Focus on your strengths. You got to do the work. You got to take action, but focus on what you're good at and let that light shine. So let's see.
Floor's at lunch.
Floor can watch it later. Anyway.
No, but that's it. I think that was a great call. I want to thank you for the opportunity. You know, you even came over today, came all the way to the LBC to give me this opportunity. My cousin Tracy is getting married September 2nd in Ohio. Hey, Tracy. I love me some Tracy. But yes, so I'll be in Ohio September 2nd for her wedding. So everything is great. And I thank you for this opportunity. And so we're gonna have a team of people who go out and be very successful, and we're gonna raise millions of dollars. We're gonna change the world. I already told Lucinda we're gonna open multiple locations for body studios. We're just gonna grow, and we're gonna grow, and we're gonna grow. So when people come to us and they say, you know what, I can't do it, we're gonna show them a whole bunch of people who did it.
That's right. We absolutely can do it. I love it. So my call to action is check out my website. You can see all the archived videos. If you are interested in the oils, and who is just face it, now is the time to go ahead and get your account and lock arms with us. Our team is growing by leaps and bounds. It is really a massive momentum. So if you're ready to do the work.
Ready to do the work.
Let's go, baby, because that's what we're doing. All right, you ready to
I'm ready to sign off.
I'm just going to give you a big hug.
Thank you, Sandy.
There are some people I can just hang out with all day.
That's what happened. We've been hanging out since basically Saturday. So, yes, we got to do some work.
All right. We do have to get some work done. You got to do it. Bye, everybody.